What is up, YouTube? This is Robski checking in. It is April 29th, 2018, and I am just going to go ahead and weigh on a lot of things happened. The NFL draft happened, things of that nature. Anyways, I just wanted to weigh in on a few things. So, first of all, I want to talk about how I cannot believe the Cleveland Browns. Okay, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over again and expecting different results. Okay, now let me explain why the Cleveland Browns have no business drafting Baker Mayfield, regardless of how they feel. How this John Dorsey guy cannot stand. He reminds me of Trent Balk. He's an arrogant, stupid person. Okay? Baker Mayfield is the second coming of Johnny Manziel. He acts the same. He plays the same. His style's the same. And when you get down to it, it doesn't translate to the NFL. Okay, Colin Cowherd is 100% correct on this one. Baker Mayfield can only run a 4.8, 5.40. Okay, so his feet is going to account for nothing in the NFL. Baker Mayfield doesn't have the arm strength. He doesn't have the pocket presence. He was once again the wrong guy. And somehow the Cleveland Browns keep doing the same exact thing. He has the exact same resume as Johnny Manziel. He won the Heisman. He has the same antics. They're comparing to Brett Favre. That's ridiculous. Brett Favre was 6'2". Can throw the ball 70 yards. Baker Mayfield isn't close to that. He plays in a conference that it's, like I said, it's a pillow fight conference. They don't tackle in the conference. He's going to get eaten alive. Out of all of the antics that I've seen, there was only two guys that could have fit into that city and done well. Sam Darnold was number one, and then Josh Allen was number two. And I'll get to Josh Allen in a second because there's some controversy with all these guys, okay? Sam Darnold was the obvious out of all those quarterbacks taken. After you do the research, Sam Darnold is the most humble, the most calm, the most excuse me, the most ready. And what blows my mind is that this manager, John Dorsey, he's drafting on what does his gut say. And it's obvious that this is an emotional decision. It is not a decision based on any sort of football logic. It's kind of like the reason why they let Carson Wentz go. You should look at a guy that has similar traits to a quarterback that's actually good and can get you to the Super Bowl than a guy who has similar traits to a big joker. The two most successful quarterbacks in that division are 6'5", 240-pound Ben Roethlisberger and 6'6", 240-pound Joe Flacco. Those are the guys that win. Cleveland Browns, I have no sympathy for the Cleveland Browns. They're stupid. I'm going to laugh when they finish dead last again. It just blows my mind. I just don't get it. I don't get it. I think that the next guy they got was good. Denzel Ward. He's a no-brainer. It was either him or Chubb. They went with Ward. I don't think that's a big decision as a first fucking pick. Okay? There's a guy, JD the Brick, which he's a moron anyways, but he said that John Dorsey will be judged on the 4th pick of the draft. He's going to be judged on the first first pick of the draft. Doesn't matter if Denzel Ward does good or not. It's Baker Mayfield. And he's going to lose the head coach and the general manager jobs. Well, it's not the head coach's fault. John Dorsey's fault. He needs to be fired. It's like with the 49ers situation. It's the same thing. Got a guy named Trent Balk. He was set in his ways. He's an alpha male type, just like this John Dorsey guy. But the only problem is they lose. He doesn't get results. Jim Harbaugh, great coach. Didn't get along with Trent Balk. Jed York ended up firing the wrong guy. Because he was spineless. He was weak. He should have fired Trent Balk. And Jimmy Haslam should have fired John Dorsey. If you're a Cleveland Browns fan and you were cheering for Baker Mayfield, you have an IQ well below 50. New York Giants, Saquon Barkley's awesome. He's a great player. Move on from Eli Manning. It's over. Done. Okay. Now, what I notice about this is I can't stand Josh Rosen. I hope he gets his ankle either broke or his knee blown out. Guy's a scumbag. Okay. I used to think that, Josh Rosen's the guy. Then I figured out, 1, he plays for UCLA. 2, he supports the left. Okay. I hope he gets destroyed, paralyzed. Okay. Based on my research, there's 2 guys. There's one guy that's safe, and then there's another guy that has a lot of upside. The guy that's safe, after researching all this stuff that's going on, was Sam Darnold. Okay, you don't hear, there's not a lot of drama. He stays out of politics. He doesn't say, he just plays. And he plays well. He would have fit in Cleveland. The other guy is Josh Allen. Big arm, lots of upside, similar to Carson Wentz. He's either Jake Locker or Carson Wentz, but he's worth the gamble. And as far as all that stuff he said when he was 15, move on. Jeez. That's why I don't use Twitter or Facebook very much. I probably shouldn't use YouTube either. But for those of you that need to understand this, especially if you're in a position to go in the NFL draft, you probably shouldn't use Facebook and Twitter, period. Bradley Chubb's a no-brainer. Perfect. Him going to Denver. Denver nailed that pick. I'm glad Denver went with him instead of quarterback. Because really, I think this is actually an overrated quarterback class now I look at it. Lamar Jackson sucks. Okay, he's not going to be good. Baker Mayfield's going to suck. Josh Rosen is probably going to suck. Josh Rosen has a good chance to be good. But based on what I've seen in his off-the-field antics, he's not focused enough. When you play NFL quarterback, you have to stay out of politics. You have to lock it down. Look at the difference between Colin Kaepernick and Russell Wilson. One guy, the guy with all the more physical attributes, Colin Kaepernick, is out of the league because he couldn't keep his mouth shut and focus on his job. Russell Wilson, who had everything going against him physically, kept business, and now he's a success. Tom Brady, same deal. Okay? That's why I'm criticizing Baker Mayfield. He doesn't have the right personality for the job. Okay? Here's the thing. If Baker Mayfield was more like Russell Wilson, I'd be like, yeah, he might be a gamble, but he's not. He's Johnny Manziel all over again. Doesn't matter if he doesn't have substance. He has other problems. And he has the same personality. And Cleveland's going to have more sucking and yet another quarterback. They keep drafting the same type of quarterback. The guy that's 6'1", 6 foot, 5'11". Oh, he's real mobile. And yet the guys that draft the 6'5", 240 guys, they win Super Bowls. Sam Darnold to the Jets was good for the Jets. They got lucky. They got so lucky. The Jets, in my opinion, actually won the draft. Okay, I don't think Arizona won the draft with Rosen. I think Rosen's a piece of crap. He's a puss. Choke that kid out. So keep your eye on. Now I think about it, this is actually probably the most overrated quarterback class. One guy is going to do good, and that's going to be Sam Darnold. Those other 4 clowns they don't have the temperament, they don't have the intelligence, they're not going to do it. Again, Saquon Barkley is going to be good. Denzel Ward's going to be good. I like what the Niners did. I think they made the right decision. See, that pick that John Lynch made was more by logic rather than by his gut. He made the right pick on that. It's not sexy drafting an offensive lineman, but it's like what Dallas did a couple years ago when they had a chance to draft Johnny Manziel. Instead, they made a much wiser decision drafting Zach Martin. It's like what Denver did. They had a chance to draft Josh Rosen. They made a smart decision and went with Bradley Chubb. Okay. So that's my take on it. Take it or leave it. Getting back to Josh Allen, this PC culture needs to stop. But he needs to be smarter and realize people are being held accountable for stuff they did. It doesn't matter what age you are now. People always, if there's something in the past, and I just had this happen to me in my personal life, if there's something in the past and you're a new man, they're always going to hold that stuff against you. They're not going to let it go. So, I don't got a lot about the draft. I mean, I think there's a lot of good players in it that weren't quarterbacks. There's some good. I kind of am intrigued by that running back out of Miami. I think there's actually a lot of sleepers. I think there's a lot of guys in this draft that are going to do well that we don't know about. But Cleveland is just. I am a armchair quarterback now. I've lost knowledge. I mean, I've played, competitive football and baseball for 10 years. But anybody who has somewhat of a brain and who has somewhat studies history could understand that pick with Baker Mayfield is a colossal mistake. It's the biggest joke. That's the biggest joke franchise. I hope they get beat. I hope they get beat by 60. And it's kind of like, you see a homeless person, right? And, we're all told, oh yeah, we need to help the poor, which we absolutely do. Of course we need to help the poor. But if they keep making the same mistakes, like if you're trying to help a meth addict and he's poor, the reason why he's poor is he's a meth addict. So you can't help that person. He doesn't want to be helped. It's the same thing with Cleveland Browns. I hope they get beat. I hope they have another undefeated season. This is absolutely stupid. Anyways, it's your boy Robski checking out. Take it or leave it. Have a good night.